This is SWC Spread 'em with Caution, a sports gambling podcast featuring Brandon Aptaker and Jordan Heintzman. Please don't forget to subscribe and follow.
Yo, welcome back. Spread 'em with Caution. I don't know how you found us, if you're looking for sports gambling or maybe looking for the clitoris. I don't know.
I'm gonna find
Spread 'em with Caution. That can really mess up your Google search, that spread 'em part.
Don't do it at work.
Anyways, I'm Brandon Aptaker. This is Jordan Heintzman. This is the third episode, and we're going to start off by talking about Week 9 results. So let's just say I broke even, 500, 7-7. That's not a bad day because you have to remember, we're only playing spreads. This isn't your neighborhood pick'em. So that's different. How'd you do, man? How'd you do?
Well, I only got 5-9. So second straight bad week for me. It happens. Hey, I'm still in the top 99%. So I do a little, spread pick'em, stuff like that on other websites. And those 2 weeks definitely hurt me. But, you're going to have those upset weeks where it's just going to disappoint you. Not going to happen all the time, though. And we're going to right this ship this week. Got to be patient with the betting world.
Hey, but I guarantee you something, dude. Even if you have another shitty week, you'll still be in the top 99.9%.
Hey, maybe.
You didn't think I caught that 99%.
We'll see.
All right. So
0.9, you never know. Look into that.
So yeah. Do you think we should go over them individually?
Nah, I mean, you can go through a quick.
Let's just go over the ones I got right or you got wrong. Where we didn't match. Is that fair?
Yep.
Okay, I took Indy Thursday night last week against New York Jets. You had the plus 10.5. Looked good for a moment, didn't happen for you.
Yeah, last 2 minutes, I thought they were actually going to score right there, and they didn't, which would have covered. But they also had their third string quarterback in and still almost covered. So, you know what? I'm not mad.
I never even heard of that guy, by the way. Denver Broncos at the Dallas Cowboys. I said Dallas would win. You took Denver on the 9.5 plus, and the Broncos pooped on their star.
Yeah, that was embarrassing. I mean, there's no more to say.
Punched them right in the starfish.
It's a confusing game right there.
And the other one we were separated on was I took Minnesota plus 6 at Baltimore. Minnesota beat the Baltimores. You had Baltimore on the spread. So that was another one. Not much to say there. Baltimore kind of just sucked.
They still won, but yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah, they did. You are right. They did still win.
They didn't Dalvin cook the Vikings.
The only other one is Tennessee at Los Angeles. I can't tell you why or how I chose that, but it was a good choice.
I don't know why either. Matt Stafford just.
You know what it was? Because Tennessee the previous week had bought me a house and a couple kids. So yeah. I felt like it was the right thing to do.
Is their defense the real deal? Is it though?
It's no Buffalo, but it's close. I'm the type of guy that gets Buffalo and Tennessee mixed up. Not gonna lie.
Whoa, that's rude. Wow.
I'm sorry. They sucked for a really long time, and now they're decent at the same time, and they both have nothing else in common.
One was Jim Kelly, the other was Steve McNair. One was more relevant recently.
Well, one passed away. Rip. All right.
Tennessee killed it. All right. Anyways, my bad.
Baltimore at Miami. Thursday night game. Woo! I got this yellow. It's a 7-point spread in favor of the Ravens on the road.
Yeah, this one I feel like is an easy game for Baltimore. You always hope when you're taking these spreads like Miami that they're gonna, score, get within 6 or 5. I just feel like the Thursday night games at home are already an advantage on a short week. It's going to be too easy for Lamar to break that defense down. I think that's an easy one. I'm going Baltimore 7.5.
Yeah, and you got that green, so you're confident.
I'm very.
Okay. I actually took Miami. 7.5s make me feel weird in my butthole, and I don't know why, but they do. And Miami's kind of been surprising me lately, so I took them. Baltimore's kind of not been surprising me since they dominated the Chargers in week 6. So that's what's going on with me. All right. First game on Sunday, the Atlanta Falcons at the Dallas Cowboys. We saw eye to eye on this.
Yeah. I'm nervous about it because of what Dallas put out last week, but I don't think that's Dallas. That's not who they are. I think that's more Mike McCarthy. I don't know. Dallas is going to be a team where they don't show up sometimes. I just know that when we hit the playoffs, that's what they're going to do. But in this game, I feel more confident with Atlanta keeping the score close than I do with Dallas blowing them out.
Yeah. Well, my dad's a Dallas fan. And I'm glad he's not into gambling because those two things do not make a good combination.
No.
So
unless you bet against them.
Yeah, well, that's not fun against your own team. But the thing is, I told him this. I feel that McCarthy is the issue. Where is their fault in their roster, their talent?
Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
I had to deal with them as a Packer fan. We had some talented rosters.
This same roster, healthy, was good, has been good.
Yeah.
They're not. All right. New Orleans Saints at Tennessee. If you don't know by now, I trust and love Tennessee Titans. Taking them on the 3-point spread. Tennessee -3.
I don't know why they're only a 3-point spread. I'm taking them heavy. This is a confident game. I've got a couple of very confident games this week. This is one of them. The Tennessee defense is going to own in on Kamara, however you want to say his name, different ways. Anyways, they're going to own in on him.
You got him mixed up with the vice president of the U.S.
Kamala. So Tennessee is probably going to try to take Kamara out of the game. They're going to make Simeon throw.
Yeah,
I'm good with that.
I agree. Totally agree. Simeon is the biggest reason I did that.
And Tennessee's at home. So once again,
Tennessee looked fine without Big Derek. Looked fine.
Yeah, no, they moved the ball. Adrian Peterson, I thought he was going to turn it to dust, and he didn't. He survived the whole game. That Rams defense.
He must have been whacking his kids really good during the time he wasn't signed.
That's what I'm saying. Real quick switch.
Keep him in shape.
A real switch up. But Tennessee against the Rams were able to run the ball against that heavy front four. That's the craziest thing to me. And so you're going to put Tennessee as a 3-point favorite at home, which means Vegas thinks that these two teams are even. No,
not at all.
I'm good.
Okay, the up and coming Jacksonville Jaguars at Indianapolis. Indianapolis, the 10-point favorite.
I don't know about this game at all. I just put Jacksonville, honestly, because I'm not going to bet on it. Indy let a third-string quarterback come in and almost bring them within 10. Jacksonville's quarterback's a lot better than that. They've got decent guys that can.
Jacksonville just beat a good team.
I mean, it happens. The clock's right twice a day. Sun shines on a dog's ass.
I agree, but historically, when these shitty teams have a big win, their momentum gets crazy. Look at I feel Miami's going through it a little bit right now. And I also feel that the Jets went through it a few weeks ago.
So I'm going to counter you with this. When Jacksonville beat Miami in London, they turned around and I thought, oh, They've got it going. They're going to beat Geno Smith and the Seahawks that just looked terrible, and then they got blown out. So I'm using that as an example. Will it? I don't know. That's why I don't trust Indy that much. That's why I put Jacksonville plus 10. And in the red, I'm not touching it. Maybe the over-under. I'm not sure what that is, but I will I'll jump in on that.
All right, good stuff. I probably won't bet on it either. Cleveland Browns at New England Pats. 1 o'clock game. Cleveland +2. So the Pats are the favorite against Cleveland. I've got Cleveland covering +2. And you have New England covering -2. You want to explain?
I might switch this one green, and I am going to bet on this one. Bill Belichick is really good at stopping what the other team is really good at, and it makes the other team figure out ways to get around it. In this game, they're going to stop the run. They're going to make Baker pass the ball, and I don't think that's going to work for Baker. He's going to get frustrated. He's not that good against really good defenses. I'm going New England at home. Vegas has Cleveland barely being a 1-point favorite team, but they get the home, so they get the 3 points. So New England -2. New England's barely beating teams, 3 points, 4 points. I'm good with that. I think I'm going to switch that to green. I am going to bet on that game. I like that.
Okay, little rationale why I took Cleveland. What they did last week, of course, which I didn't expect. Nobody did. I don't even feel that the Bengals were that bad. I just felt the Cleveland defense was that good. I watched that game. And that's where I'm coming from on that. And if you can have a good defense, it's going to be low scoring because it's Patriots, of course. And I trust the Browns offense is what I'm saying. Yeah. Besides Baker. Their run game's unreal.
Baker.
Buffalo Bills at the New York Jets. Buffalo 12.5-point favorite. You got this game marked red. You took Buffalo 12.5, but you have it marked red.
Yeah, I knew Buffalo at some point they were not going to cover these large spreads. I did not think that was going to happen against Jacksonville. This is gross because if you lose to one of the worst teams in football, how are you going to come back from that? Are you going to be motivated? That's why I marked it red. I don't have confidence in that spread because the Jets have been kind of moving the ball lately. They're not going to win this game.
Did we get a chance to check if that white guy is going to be playing?
I didn't check on it.
We call the quarterback the white guy because he's a white guy. His name's White.
His name's White.
Yeah.
White is not on the injury report, so it looks like he's going. Zach Wilson is questionable, though. I think White's better.
White's way better. That white guy's pretty good.
That's my rationale behind that game. I don't like the heavy spread coming off of a loss against Jacksonville. And they couldn't even score on them. Seattle scored with ease on these guys with Geno Smith. Maybe it's a 1 week thing. They look past it. I don't like it.
Yeah. I got a green. I think Buffalo's going to come out. I think that probably pissed them off what happened to them against Jacksonville. Good point. that's my mindset. They are one of the best teams in the league. Detroit Lions at Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh just came off the Monday night game. So Pittsburgh is the 8.5-point favorite. What are you choosing on this game?
I'm going to put Pittsburgh as a yellow 8.5 because once again, I don't think the Bears were that good and they almost let them win. Questionable refs decisions. They should have probably lost. I don't trust Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's had an easy schedule so far, and they're barely beating bad teams. The Lions are the worst team in football.
Worst, absolutely dead last.
But I feel like Pittsburgh just plays down to the talent, and they're going to have to hand the ball off to Najee Harris. I don't trust Big Ben. is what I'm really getting to.
Is Detroit still defeated?
No, they've got they're 0-8.
Okay.
So yeah, they're
right.
not good. Jared Goff's not good. I'm leaning.
There's not a team I won't take the spread against them if they're 0-8.
And then they'll surprise you, and then they'll lose by 3 like they did.
But they'll get one. They'll get one win this season.
Maybe. Over under that game's 42, by the way.
Yeah, that sounds like an under, huh?
I did hit the under on that game, the Bears Steelers. That was nice.
All right. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Washington football team. The spread is 9.5 in favor of Tampa Bay. We both marked it yellow and are both going with Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Tampa Bay is a good football team. They don't do too much to care about a spread. They just win football games, and
that's the tough part.
Yeah, they just put it in Tom Brady's hands to waste the clock down in the final 2 minutes, knowing he'll do it, and they move on from there. That's why I marked it yellow.
The football team with the best TV ratings is the Buccaneers, and they're the most boring football team to watch.
Oh yeah, it's not fun. But I'm more comfortable with betting with Tampa Bay than I am against them. So that's why I marked it yellow.
Tampa, Brady, Florida.
Over under though, 51.5.
I'm
going under. I'm going under on that one.
I will go over.
I think Tampa Bay is going to frustrate Washington too much. 2-6 Washington's.
I did not see that coming though. I thought they were going to be a lot better.
Last 2 games they have scored. We'll go last 3 games. They have scored 10, 10, and 13. And Tampa Bay's defense is better than all 3 teams they played.
But I feel that if Washington puts up 10 or 13, the Buccaneers are going to poop on their chest. A 40 burger. If they only have the ball that much, or they're either turning it over or 3 and outing if they only get that many points, right?
Yeah, but at some point though, Tom Brady's like, you know what, we're gonna take this possession off. It just seems like he does that. He's like, we'll punt it. That's fine.
I know, but they can also put up 6 touchdowns in 10 minutes, so it's all right. Carolina Panthers at the Arizona Cardinals afternoon game. Arizona is the 10-point favorite. I see that you are taking Carolina plus 10 at Arizona. Now, have you taken a drug test recently?
Now, I have reasons behind the red. Carolina, I have reasons behind it. So if you put the same Arizona Cardinals offense on the field against the Panthers next week without Kyler Murray or Hopkins, I do not feel comfortable taking the Cardinals to cover 10. Christian McCaffrey is finally back. He's going to get full reps. He's not going to be limited.
Okay.
So Carolina plus 10 if Kyler's out, Hopkins is out. If they are in, I'm going Carolina, or I'm going Arizona.
What if just Kyler's in?
Still don't feel
I think Kyler Murray's playing. He was almost the GTD last year.
If he's playing, he's not going to be as mobile, I don't think, or he's going to take it a little easier. I'm more comfortable with Carolina losing by 7, 6, 8, one of those.
I see it differently, but yeah, I hear you. I don't think Kyler Murray has a 7, dude. I don't think he has a 7 speed. I think
he's 10. He's 10.
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe
you're not gonna take it easy. You ain't gonna take it easy. That dude does flips.
I really think that's why they held him out last week. Is because they were like, he's just gonna run. He's not gonna listen to us.
The GM said it wasn't worth it, and he was right. And they won. They beat
blew
San
him
Francisco.
out. Yeah.
Okay. Next we got the Minnesota. I almost called them the Timberwolves. Minnesota Vikings at the Los Angeles Chargers. I just sold my tickets to this game because I decided not to go last minute. And And the Chargers are 2.5-point favorites. I'm taking my Bolts. We barely won the game last week. Who did we play? Right. Barely won the game last week. We won by a field goal. Dustin Hopkins maybe finally solving the decade-long Charger kicking shit.
I feel like you say that every fucking time they sign a new kicker. We solved it, and then next game they'll fuck it up.
So okay, it was the Eagles, by the way. So I just want to leave that part out, so I could be more proud of a 3-point win.
Actually, you know what?
What?
I might switch my pick. So speaking of which, and I'm not even trying to talk shit, I'm going to change it. Just because you took the Chargers, I'm going to change it to the Vikings. One reason why, and it has nothing to do with who they played and how they played against them. It's because Dalvin Cook, I feel like, is just going to beat the shit out of them.
You hate the Chargers. Okay.
No,
right.
it was the allegations. It was the allegations thing that just came up. It was a pun.
He ain't playing.
I mean, Madison will lift his spirits and no, I will change it to Minnesota for betting purposes, +2.5 on the road. Minnesota, they have a losing record.
Weird question. Who's going to be more beat up Sunday night? Chargers run defense or Dalvin Cook's ex-girlfriend?
Dalvin's good. She's not coming back from that, bro. She's not coming back from that.
Ouch. We do not condone domestic violence.
No, don't do it at home.
We do laugh at it, but we don't condone it.
Oh yeah, just because we don't do it. So here's my thing. Here's my thing with this. The Minnesota Vikings. I call them every time winning. They are 3-5. They are not a 3-6 football team. I feel like this is a difficult matchup for the Chargers. They were going to be 4-5. They're better than a 500 team.
You didn't say that last week when I took the Vikings and you didn't.
They still lost. It's fairly.
Okay, but now it sounds like you're saying Baltimore's better than Los Angeles Chargers.
I'm thinking like NFL story, right? So Vikings were below 500 against the Seahawks. I was like, Vikings are better than 500. They are. And right now they're 3-5. I don't see them going 3-6. I see the Chargers going 5-4. So in a straight up game, which 2.5 points pretty much is, I am going to switch it to the Vikings primarily because of the run and because you went with the Chargers.
Without Dalvin Cook.
He's playing.
How do you know that?
He practiced today. The NFL was notified last week.
Get out of here. All right.
It's not for
the
fantasy.
NFL does never reacts until the public starts caring.
Do we have a surprise guest?
Okay.
What is going on?
All right. Philadelphia Eagles are flying into the Mile High City to play the Denver Broncos. Oh yeah. They don't have to land. They just go straight and they're on top of it. All right, so it's afternoon game. Denver 3-point favorites. I'm taking Denver with the spread -3 for yellow. You're taking that, but you're marking it green. You're confident. Why are you confident?
Well, I mean, it's not saying much because the Cowboys didn't show up last week, but I think Denver is figuring it out. So they lose to the backups against the Browns. Then they beat a full healthy Cowboys team, blow them out. If they stick to the running game, I think these guys are all right. I think that has to be the primary focus. Denver at home, more than anything though, is I don't like the Eagles whatsoever. I am more confident betting with Denver on who they're playing rather than just betting on Denver.
That's fair. I'm confident in Denver too, but not as confident. But it's more because I think the Eagles are bad and Denver's at home.
I will put money on that one.
I probably will too. I have a gambling problem.
I gotta drive to Vegas. So my connection to Green Bay.
Oh. So you're not really driving?
No.
Okay.
I go on trips all the time.
All right. So,
anyways. Speaking of the devil.
Real. I'm going to do a little flashback to the game before the Charger game we were just talking about. Remember last week? This is a good lesson for any listener. We watched that spread and then we told each other because it dropped to an even spread. Dropped to the Charger game.
Yeah.
And we already were taking the Chargers when it was at 2.5, then 1.5, then 1. When it drops to even and you're making your same return, like if you could see that, another example is the Titans game, right? The week before when we put our house on it. Exactly.
Right. So like, and you can use that as an example. So what I like to do, when I go to Vegas, right, I'll sit in front of all those screens and they have a live portion. You can do live bets. You can do live bets if online, whatever you want to do. When I go to Vegas and I got a beer in my hand, I'm sitting there, I'm watching the live bets more than anything. Another example was the Bears and the Steelers, right? Steelers, you put $450 down for the Steelers to win 12, and they almost lost that game. So you go with the Bears on the other hand.
What was it? What did you say? 10 to win 400 or something weird?
No, it was half of that.
10 to 200. 10 to 200.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Cool.
I mean, yeah.
That's a $10 bet I wish I would have made, even though I wouldn't have got it bet.
So when you're looking at good teams that are down in points and they don't have the ball, that's another thing. The live spread moves if the team has the ball or not. So if they don't have the ball and they're down, that's a good time to take it.
Look at it at a third and long. Look at it at a third and long.
Straight up win will make you money.
Okay. Seattle Seahawks going to Green Bay. You'll be there. Green Bay is the 3-point favorite. I'm taking Green Bay with a yellow because I was not sure about Aaron Rodgers because he looked like he was still dying on the Pat McAfee show.
That's because of his hair and he's getting a little older. I think the cold makes that guy. You should have seen him last year in the cold. He looks like he's dying from COVID every year in the cold.
Stop defending your fucking dude.
He's the Saint.
He's not the mother of your kids.
It is not that Saint. He's like a Packers Saint. So, is that an option?
What?
Adoption? Me and Rodgers? No. Okay, so the biggest thing with this one, he's going to be fine. He's going to do his 10 days. You're not going to test positive after 10 days of asymptomatic. He's been asymptomatic. He'll play. If he doesn't, then I'm taking the Seahawks definitely.
Oh, Jordan Love looked nice.
But the spread will change. He didn't look like the worst guy to just jump into a game with no practice.
I don't think I would have picked. I don't think there's another quarterback last week that played that I would have not rather had.
For one thing, he did virtual practices all week until Friday. And another thing, he hasn't taken a first team rep all year. So and he didn't just stink up the field at least. So don't shit on his chest just yet.
Okay.
Green Bay will have Aaron Rodgers, not Odell Beckham. He'll probably go to the Saints, honestly. But Green Bay.
Well, let's talk about the other quarterback because Seattle, good chance they have Russ.
Yeah, they do. Green Bay's defense is nice. They're not getting enough credit. The biggest thing with this spread is Green Bay's offense isn't scoring enough. They're only scoring like 24 points every single game somehow. 24 points. So can Seattle get to 21? I see Seattle being at like 17.
Fair.
24-17. Packers don't blow anybody out.
Wait for the Aaron Rodgers green light and then put your mortgage on it.
Wait. I got something to say about that one though. You wait. That spread's going up 6.5, 5.5.
So what's your how sure are you that Rodgers is playing then? Give me a percent.
90.
All right. You heard it from the man. I'll put my money down today. I trust him.
You gotta put it before Saturday though, because he clears Saturday.
All right. Well, let's see if news could come out Friday.
Or you can fuck yourself and Jordan Love will play.
Ew. Kansas City Chiefs at the Vegas Raiders night game. AFC West divisional matchup. I think these teams are pretty even record-wise. Vegas might be one game behind them. Kansas City, 2-point favorites. I am taking it. I think the Raiders' little lucky Vegas run is over.
Yeah, they really Henry Ruggs that.
Yeah, they really murdered.
Yeah, right. They killed it.
It's good.
The Chiefs are only averaging 24 points a game. It's got to turn around at some point. Like Patrick Mahomes has to figure out how to play football, regular football. You can't just Hail Mary it down every game. I think he's finally starting to understand that. Not against the Packers. He actually played terrible, worse than Jordan Love's stats. I'm hoping he turns it around. I'm okay going with the Chiefs once again. What we say the spread was 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
The Chiefs are better than they are. They're going to win by a field goal.
I love the 2.5 point spreads. Those
see
really
that
going.
Yeah, anything more than 3, that's where you got to start questioning life. But I mean, what's the over under in this game? 51.5 over under. Oh God.
That's right where it's going to be.
Yeah, I'm not taking it. I'm not messing with that one.
Yeah, that's a 50-50. All right. The Los Angeles Rams they're going to drive up the coast, Pacific Coast Highway, to the San Francisco Santa Clara 49ers. 4-point favorite. I'm confused.
They are. So San Francisco.
So the Rams are the 4-point favorite. You accidentally put plus there, but it should have been minus.
I did. So the Rams are the 4-point favorite.
I'm taking the underdog. I'm taking the underdog. Niners.
Hell no. Fuck that. You cannot lose to backups on the Cardinals, make James Conner look like a Hall of Famer, and then come out the next week and think you're just going to beat the Rams by.
But you could do what the Rams did and then come out and beat a team like the Niners?
At least it's the Titans and we put our mortgage on them. I'm not putting my mortgage on the fucking Niners at all.
It was a Derrick Henry-less Titans that nobody knew what was going to happen. Not even the Rams. They were not the Rams were the favorite, were they not?
They were.
Were the Cardinals also the
7.5 point?
The Cardinals were still the favorite without Kyler.
By 3 points, they got blown. San Francisco got blown out.
Okay, but I'm making a good point. I'm making a good point here.
I don't care who the Niners aren't even hurt. Like there's nobody coming back that's gonna surprise me. Von Miller will be on the Rams. Watch him get 2 sacks. No, hell no. The Rams are going to be perfectly fine. They're going to get back to their old ways. They had one little hiccup game, like you said, with no Tate. That's why it's a divisional game. I'm good with that. There's not enough things for like this. I'm putting my mortgage on the Rams.
So that's your pick of the week. If you could make one pick, it would be that one.
Ooh, actually, my one pick would be, Tennessee. I think you know what? No, I'll stick with that. I'll get ballsy. I'll stick with that. I like Tennessee, and I like the Rams this week. I might even parlay on both.
Okay, my pick of the week is still the Tennessee one. If anybody cares. So Tennessee by 3 against New Orleans. My pick of the week.
Yeah.
I'd say put your not your house on that, but maybe your car.
Look, Rams defense is way too good. They are way too good. They've allowed a couple last second touchdowns against shitty teams. They shouldn't have lost last week, but they did. Offense didn't help them out at all. That offense is a high power offense. They are Super Bowl contenders against a team that shouldn't make the playoffs. It should not be a close game.
All right. I think that's enough about NFL. I'll post up our picks on the screen so you could screenshot them. It'll be up while I'm talking right now. And next thing, basketball, NBA. Really little review of how the week went. Thursday, I did great. I think I did 3 for 4. Friday, I think I did 3 for 4 again. I pretty much was over 50% until Tuesday night. So Tuesday night, I 0 for 3.
Last night?
Yeah, I 0 for 3. Well, yeah, last night, 2 nights ago to listeners. But yeah, Tuesday night, I 0 for 3. Besides that, I follow the picks. What I've been doing is I've been doing a lot of single team unders. Have you noticed that? So single team unders are nice to me. Like,
Yeah.
what was that? What was that game was that last Friday when it was the Magic at the Spurs?
Spurs. Yeah.
At Spurs, right?
Right.
And it was 104 team total over under for Magic. And I asked you, I said, have the Magic ever scored 104? And you
Twice.
said twice this whole year, right?
This whole year. They've got 104 twice.
So what was that guy drinking in Vegas when he decided that? Like, was he drinking one of those really tall margaritas or daiquiris you can get on Fremont Street?
Yeah, I don't know.
Straw?
I don't understand that. I do not understand that. They haven't got the over all year. They once, I think, when they scored 104, their opponent blew them out enough to cover the spread. Like I'm okay with if Vegas wants to keep it in the 200s, I'm okay with going on the under for the Magic.
That's very good.
Every time.
I also like the Pistons under 101 any day. Doesn't matter their opponent. Today they played well. I didn't bet on that one.
Yeah. So with me, one thing I've been installing is looking at the live bets, right? So for example, I had the Warriors and the Hawks going over 222. I was like, yeah, they should cover that. Then I look at the live bet and it says they're at 240 and a half live. I'm doing the math. I'm like, no, it's a blowout. The teams don't run up the score like that in the NBA. They'll just shoot shots, waste the clock down. So then I took the under, hit them both. So that started my week out pretty well. Knicks have done me good. Suns have done me good. I have the Warriors. I'm picking the Warriors almost every time and doing pretty decent.
I took the Warriors 7.5 today. They're up halfway through the second quarter by 16. So that's making me smile.
Okay, that's a nice. Ooh, one bad one I had though. It was a $500 parlay, and I missed it because the Heat could not beat the Nuggets.
Speaking of the Heat, we both took the Lakers on the plus today, plus 5.5. That game is about halfway through the second quarter. Lakers are up by 1. It's very low scoring. Who took the under and who took the over?
I took the over. I took the under. You took the over. I took Lakers plus 5. I put it in a parlay. So
was it plus 5.5?
It was plus 5.5.
You are looking scary. The over-under's looking scary.
Wonder what we know what the live is.
No, I can't. I haven't checked that. It's going to be low, but they're gonna finish the first half at about 100.
209.
Okay, so
209 is alive, so it's right there.
Yeah,
it's
you're
two
right.
shots away.
Yeah, you're right in that comfort zone, and they're gonna have probably a better third or fourth than they did first.
Yeah, the third quarter for sure. That's been a hot thing in the NBA is the third quarter. Then again, you've got some teams come out and like to put 8 points up. What the hell is up with that? That drives me nuts.
I have no idea, dude. That's why I don't touch Charlotte anymore. I was all about them in the first week. Dude,
yeah.
If I put a penny on them, they won't even hit the motherfucking hoop, bro. It'll be air ball. They'll play the music.
I was watching them clank left and right the other night. I was like,
Laker
what is this?
2 nights ago, you watched the Lakers.
Yeah.
That was a time.
Yeah, and that was a good thing for me. That's actually what put me up. So what I did is I looked at the live, and they were getting beat by like 15.
Who?
And it was the live was 15.5.
Who was getting beat by 15? Because
the Hornets were getting beat.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, well, the Lakers don't like to cover spreads. They so get out of here. They don't like to cover spreads. And I was like, this is at 15.5. That's not a Laker thing to do. Like they like to keep games close. So of course I put a good chunk of change on the Hornets to cover that. What I almost did was pick them to win. And that payout was massive. If they would have won in overtime.
They didn't win.
No, I didn't.
Well, I actually almost came to blows with my brother about this because I took the under and he took the over. He ended up winning because of overtime. It was like 223 or something like that.
The Lakers should not have given up that game. I could not believe my eyes. That was insane. Everything wrong they did. Russell Westbrook is the worst 2 minute. Play the guy until 2 minutes left.
Oh, does he just punch the ball out of bounds?
Yes, he loves it. Turn the ball over, foul a guy, don't play defense.
Turtle. Anyways, so me and my brother almost get into blows about the over under. So he won because of overtime, or else I would have won the under. So who wins that manhood bet? Not talking about the money. I was right. I called the game better than him, right?
I wish you could call overtime in NBA games.
But I predicted the actual outcome better than he did, right?
I mean, yeah, without overtime, you hit the under, and it just so happened to get unlucky with the overtime thing. I feel like if I bet the under and it goes to overtime, the game should just stop. And overtime shouldn't count.
Oh, for the over under?
It doesn't say 5 quarters. It says 4.
What about a push?
I'm good with that. Give me my money back. Overtime's a push. There's so many overtimes in the NBA.
New rules.
Yeah, we're making them. Right. We are Vegas.
We went on forever tonight, so we should wrap it up.
Wrap it out. College basketball just started, so pay attention to that stuff. Love me some college basketball. Now,
it's really scary until a fucking month into that, though.
Couple things I love with it, though. These really bad teams going up against Gonzaga, Dixie State. Just to cover 40 points. Yeah. I was like, I didn't even look who they were playing. I was like, it's the beginning of the season. Guys are trying to learn how to play with each other. I'm looking for 40 pointers.
Is that was that an exhibition or tournament or what?
First game of the season. They got their little mini tournaments they're probably playing, but like Kentucky just played Duke.
But that's actually conference record counting.
Not conference. It'll be your overall.
Yeah, ranking.
Right. So your overall, yeah.
So it's I think that's defined as an exhibition. If it's not in league play.
Yeah. I mean, what does SEC have? Like something crazy, like 16 games or whatever they play against each other. It's insane. So that'll make the biggest difference for the tournament, but you want your overall record to still be up there. Kentucky will probably go play Mississippi State University of Wichita or whatever the fuck. But I mean,
Southwestern University, Rhode Island.
But 40 points is a lot of points. Teams stop trying after 25. Like, you're an asshole if you score more than 30. Keep it between 20 and 30. 39 points, I hit on 2 of them. I didn't even know who they were going against. I just saw the name and the plus. I was like, take it. Hit them both. So
all right. Well, let's elaborate more on CBB on the next episode because we'll have a little more ammo to talk about.
Yeah, and we got time. I'm not saying take this guy, take that guy, because we got to, of course, study it.
Yeah. So. All right, man. Well, we appreciate you listening. If you're still there, which you probably aren't, but if you are, make sure you follow us on the Twitters, the Instagrams, the Facebooks, the YouTubes, the Spotifys, the Amazon Musics, and the Apple Podcasts.
All right. Correct. OnlyFans, and thank you to our sponsors, which is
nothing.
Hey.
All right, we out.
All right.